They'll be calling you a radical. I want to talk a lot going on at Fukushima. I want to talk about what we can do to save ourselves and protect ourselves. I want to talk about awareness. I want to talk about what's really happening, the truth, my battle with cancer, my battle with the fucking ignorance. As Lucy from Occupy, her webpage, I'll post this. The Green Road, I'll post this. These people have been here very, very early. I'll post her. She says, your ignorance is their power. Oh boy, is that not the fucking truth. I like all you guys. You're still talking about awareness. You know, Gina down there in San Francisco, I love you guys for waking up on day 700. I love you people that woke up on day freaking 642. I love you guys that woke up on day fucking 147. You know, awareness? Really? Really? Day 960, we're talking about fucking awareness. Really? Wow. Is it too late? Fuck yes, it's too late for so many. I want to talk about my cancer. It's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Somebody told me yesterday, oh, this asshole's propagating around. He says, oh, look, he says, the United States government secretly, they have satellites that can tell you where every single radioisotope. You're so full of shit, you lying phony fuckers. You fuckers that just come out with no background in this, no formal education, no practical education, no experience with this, and then you want to propagate that kind of... These are the same fuckers couldn't tell you where they left their fucking wallet. It's pathetic. It is pathetic. We're talking about awareness on day 960. Really? Really? It's too fucking late. Fuck yes, it's too late. These are still men and places and choices that were made by you, by the populace, by everyone. Wow. This passive-aggressive bullshit. Number 5 and number 6 apparently are on fire over there. The earthquake. Oh, no damage. Really? Really? They just throw this shit to you and you're still waiting for confirmation from the mainstream media on day 960. Oh my God. I want to talk about my path, my fight with cancer. I am the only one on earth. The only one. A guy told me last night I did a radio show. I did 3 radio shows yesterday. One in China. Believe it or not, I'm big in China right now. In Hong Kong, Mikado freaking hosted it. She's like, Kevin, you're huge over here. There's a giant pullback on nuclear in China. They banned the fish day 1. They know the story. Russia banned it. Here in the United States, your propaganda is the nuclear cartel. It's the intellectual mobs versus the mob. The mobs versus the mob. We have the General Electric mob, the nuclear cartel, the mob who owns the media, who owns all academia versus us, the intellectual mobs. We're so few. We are the Spartacans. We are Unite the Clans, William Wallace, shoot fireballs from your freaking hand. This headband. I want to talk about it. In the early days, you know, as I was ranting and raving, carrying on about Fukushima from day 1, called it out in path. Then on day 200, I think 12, I got a stomach ache, thought I had food poisoning. Ended up being really hardcore aggressive. Make a long story short, it's a miracle that I was diagnosed. A miracle. I'm the first person in the country to go through, you know, everybody says, oh, you're going to do chemo, you're going to do chemo, you're going to chemo. I handled in a bone marrow transplant center. Realize, this cancer is from head to toe. I was so sick and I was fading away. I was dying literally so fast, make your head spin. I had no chance. No chance to live. No chance. So I took the most radical, extreme possible treatment a human being could have, which basically kills most people. I did videos out of my room in critical condition, flew all over the country down. I led the charge on San Onofre, which I've led for 40 years in critical condition. All over the country, all over the world. And you fuckers want to talk about fucking awareness now. Pat yourself on the fucking backs. Come by fucking ya. Look, forget it. It's fucking over. It's fucking over. The Pacific genocide fucking, it's gone. They're not going to do anything. They're going to roll the dice and wipe out millions and millions of people. Millions of people they're going to wipe out. They don't care if they wipe out 80, 90% of the Pacific. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. So what do? You have to protect yourself and your children. I wear this headband. I started wearing this headband in the early days because the chemo was burning through the top of my head. I had a stent in my spine. I had a stent in my jugular vein. I had one in my brain stent. I got hammered so hard with RCM squared over and over and over. The chemo, you cannot chemo a human being harder than I was chemo. You cannot. I'm the very first person in the United States. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to bother if I interrupted.
I'm the very first person in the United States ever. There's only one other guy, Brian Morrison. He's going to do a video with me. I argued with the doctors. I refused the surgery. I had tumors all up and down, wrapped around my lower bowel, freaking cut me off. Doctor after doctor got it wrong. They told me it was an all. I was losing 7-8 pounds a day. I was in so much pain, you don't even freaking know. I was in there. Celeste, who runs the secretary at the Bone Marrow Transplant Center at LDS, says it just like this. Kevin, I've been here for decades, for years and years. I've watched thousands of people. You're the only red 10 I ever said walk. I prepared your paperwork when you landed here. I expect you to be dead in 48 hours. You're the biggest walking miracle I've ever seen. I did this. De novo OS forms of tumors, which it's extremely radical form. When they biopsy, people don't know that it can present as tumors. They automatically bone marrow transplant. It's a killer from hell. This disease is a rapid, fast killer from hell. People think it's some kind of chronic, so they think, oh, you smoke a little weed, do this. Oh no, oh no. It took incredible radical. I'm tired, I'm burned out, I'm sick, yeah, but I'm getting better. I feel better. I made the 2-year mark, which is an absolute miracle. This vlog, therapeutic to me? Well, I guess, but it's been so much more than this. This has been so, I've told this fucking tale in fucking detail. I've been radical, I've been strong, I've been firm. I've fought this with fucking passion and intelligence, and no one gives a fuck. You don't give a fuck. No one's supported me. No one's fucking stepped up. These fucking grandstand fucking war profiteers and these opportunists who have fucking tried to take the field on this. We're still talking about awareness in day 900. It's fucking pathetic. Our worst fears happened. They happened. This isn't fucking 3 full court meltdowns. It's really 7 or fucking 23. The spent fuel on number 4 is all over us. Fuck, it's been all over us the whole fucking time. The nuclear cartel, these are still men and places and choices that were fucking made by people. 1, protect your children. Teach them to eat fresh fruit and veg. You're not going to take a pill. You're taking the iodine subsidies. You're taking these. They're going to do fucking nothing. They're going to do nothing. You have to be spiritual. You have to be intense. And I'm telling you right here, right now, you have to fight this with a fucking passion and a soul and an intensity. Now, I'm scheduled to speak in D.C. on what? The 4th or the 5th. I'm scheduled to do a lot of things. I got people wanting to come. I turn down freaking... I'm the alternative to the alternative fucking media. I do radio interviews with people that I love and people that are brilliant, and I do a lot of them. But, just, I mean, fuck the media, fuck the marine biologists, fuck academia, fuck your ignorance is their power. Oh boy, the American populace is, oh, they pull back my methods and my ways and my art and my fucking, I mean, by doing this and telling this too, I blew my whole academia career because academia has blown back on me. I've been a genius on the fucking calls as far as my hedge fund career. You know what kind of fucking money I could have made if I was doing what I've done instead of this fucking vlog? I called gold to the day at the fucking top. I called silver to the day at the top. I told you my Tesla at $10. I fucking told you, I mean, over and over, the Apple derivative over and over. You know how impossible all this is? How impossible, but yet fucking no one says, fuck Kevin, look at you. I mean, you know how rich you could have got following my fucking financial fucking leads? You know how rich you could have got following my fucking spiritual fucking lead as far as my fight with fucking cancer? Oh, the headband, the fucking hats. Fuck, you fuckers don't get it. You don't get it. The fucking hat was Henson with the orange and the colors. You know, you do know the story of Henson and his fucking false bravado and fucking refusing fucking medicine. Fuck, could have saved his own fucking life. That's why I used to wear that hat. I was in critical condition for so fucking long. Critical fucking condition with no chance to fucking live. Radical treatment? Fucking ain't fucking radical treatment. Radical? Fuck yeah. Strong, powerful? I'm telling you right fucking now. You get sick, you better be aware, and you better know how to fight, and you better know how to diagnose yourself. Do not trust any doctors. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Find the oldest oncologist you can find. Dr. Hansen stepped in. He and I'm like, threw down my fucking stock portfolio. I says, I have the ability to pay. Don't fuck with me. This is not carcinoid cancer, which they said, it's in my liver. There's no fucking way. I ran the regression over and over. I said, there's no way. What about fucking OS de novo? My Dr. Peterson, one of the greatest rock star oncologists. I love all you people come to me. Oh, see this, doctor. Try. Are you kidding me? I defied all fucking odds. This is a 1,000,000 to 1 shot. I'm a fucking live. And you're going to say to me, now, oh, see this, this fucking snake oil salesman? What does it matter with you fucking people? What does it matter with you ignorant fuckers? You can't see fucking something right in your fucking face. You cannot fucking see that this is the greatest ecological disaster in the history of humanity. You cannot see when somebody survives and overcomes. You can't fucking see it. You're blinded by the fucking light, not by the sunlight, by the fake fucking light, the fucking splitting of the atom. You don't get it. I'm telling you, you got to walk, you got to keep that body fucking spiritual and physically fucking strong. You have to stay mentally intense. They call it erotica. Not in a maybe in a sexual, whatever it takes. Use erotica. Fucking, you have to fucking use fucking food. That fucking, you have to do the work. You know, the food, the walk, the intensity, the strength, the spirituality, the fucking trying to overcome the fucking, I mean, this is the poetry of anger. This is about fucking love. You people don't fucking get this. Travel Fukushima or that. And you know when I made this fucking shirt? I made this on, I think, fucking 2 days after it fucking happened. You want to fucking talk about fucking awareness? 960 days? It's over. It's fucking over. It's fucking done. They're not going to do anything. They're fucking, this is a fucking genocide fucking, and they're like, oh, genocide, isn't that word over the top? You don't even know the word definition of genocide. They genocided the American fucking Indian. They're still American Indians, but look at them. Look what they did. As Russell Means says, it's so beautiful, it was heaven. This was heaven. You're all playing for heaven. America was heaven. There was no fucking disease. There were no jails. There were no fucking locks. They had heaven. We fucking ruined that. Atomic fucking nuclear has ruined it all. You're sitting and waiting for God's will for freaking heaven. When you had heaven, you had heaven. Economically, socially, philosophically, you fucking blew it. You fucking blew it. And you sit back here and want to talk about awareness. It's over. It's fucking over. Fucking, we're in the fucking trenches. I'll write a fucking book. Yeah, when it's fucking time. I had my book almost done. Live like you have cancer now, because you all do. It's all in your fucking body. You have the Nevada Tesla. You have your now Fukushima on Balco. This is Lance Armstrong swinging fucking Mark McGuire and Albert Bell's fucking bat on Balco. You fuckers don't want to stand behind me. Nobody want to support a boy that I learned my lesson about the American ignorance and the self-indulged. I had low expectations going in. It's when they murdered Pat fucking Tillman. I fucking knew. When they murdered my father and I watched them zip him up in the fucking body bag, the Special Forces Marine. Oh, curse it's spite that I was ever born to sit this right. Kevin, everybody's saying, when are you going to get over it, Kevin? This is before I never fucking get it over. I will fight these motherfuckers till my fucking death. Fucking hardcore, I will never get over it. You want to murder my father? You want to murder Pat Tillman? Your fucking ignorance is their power. You want to fucking sit here and fucking wipe out? Oh, we love the fucking dolphins. We love the fish. You don't love fucking shit. You love your fucking little bit of fucking money, which you have none. Your fake styrofoam fucking mansion. Your bullshit fucking fake breasts. Your fake fucking bravado. Your fake fucking everything. You're a bunch of zeros, a bunch of fucking nothings. Fuck them. Fuck all of you. Fuck everyone. I'm on this fucking fight of my own by myself. And I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck because I was given a gift. Yeah, did I get a reward for this fucking 2-year fight? Fucking A, I got a reward, and I don't need it from any of you. My reward is fucking life. Is fucking life. And I have that. And my life will go forward in a strong, passionate way. And I'll do this on my own. Stay tuned.